Fahrgeld, what is this ticket? A bus ticket, this one he will pay. But otherwise, there's no extras. So what do you say about that?
First of all, I will ask somebody, why would you want that way to happen? Like to have account together for everything if the husband is working and the other one is not working, or like she's doing hospital, because you cannot say we put it together if it's not harmony in there, because you always get a fight. Why would you do that? That's my question.
And some people, they feel that they have more control over how the money is being spent when they know what is coming into the account and when they know how much you gave out. Especially now in German families, they are not used to sending money to Africa. You know, this issue of sending money to relatives, it's not common for them. Everyone caters for his own problem. Whether they have or not is none of my business. So for them, they want to have control also how much money is being sent out. And if you pick up 50 and they don't know for what you needed, you have to explain how you use that money. And it's a difficult problem for so many people. It's very, very hard, especially the African part. Because the African part, we know how our culture is. In our African culture, you cannot tell your mother, hey, I don't have money, or it's none of my business that you're sick and you cannot go to hospital. No. It's none of my business that my sister cannot go to school, you know, and all that. And the German part will not understand, because it's the culture here is different. So in that case, I think it would be good always to have two different accounts, if it's possible. If it's not possible, then really there need to be a very good counseling and communication.
It's possible, actually.
It has to be they have to have harmony in that thing.
An agreement.
Because you, before making that account, you have to be like, you can spend so much out of here, and she has to say in front before they make an account, I'm gonna send so much and so much every month to my, you know. And if he doesn't say yes, don't make the account. Because when it's important for you, you will put it first before making that account. So he understands, okay, then I have to send money. She has to send money to Africa for parents and stuff like that. I need like 100, 150. So he knows every month this goes. And when it comes to more and they're like talking together, it can work good. But I prefer still like
own accounts. Because I've had so many of these cases. Really, I'm talking about this topic because I've had so many. I'm in different women groups. And I've had so many times that women are suffering, really. It's not just the German men doing this, even or women. It's not even German. You know, even some of our men are married to German women who also have no understanding for this sending money to Africa. And why are you building your house in Africa and we live in Germany? Why are you sending your parents money to educate your sisters? It's none of your business. You do not make the children with them, your sisters with them. They should take care. You live here. So what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So I've had it so many times that guys then at the end, they end up using very strange ways of sending money back home. When I think, like you said, you have to talk, communicate, talk with each other and find out what is good. Now, if the other partner doesn't agree on sending the money issue, then I think the account issue has to be solved.
Yeah, that's why I say don't put account first together. If you know he's not okay with that, then you have to have separate. The difficulty that is going to come in when you say, no, I don't want to make the account with you, I want to make my own. Then the question is, are you working? Do you earn money?
Yeah, that's also another issue, because I cannot expect to be sending money to Africa if it's not my money. Then I have to adhere to the rules of the person if I don't have my own money. For sure, this is also another issue. Then you are really a slave, because you cannot.
You cannot be sending money from him, but he's not okay with that. That is stealing. If you don't earn it, it's not yours.
Yeah, but if you're like, if I'm a woman and I'm staying home because of the children, I cannot work. Maybe they're too small and I cannot work. Then it would be right for me to use that money to send back home.
Say it in front house before having kids.
You have to clear it fast.
Before having the babies.
Hey, this is difficult, no?
You say,
there's no hiding this money.
We can have children, yes? I have no problem with that. But
you have
I'm
to talk
going to
about
stay
it
home
before.
and you're going to earn the money and then you're going to pay for this, that I'm taking the care of the kids and I'm paying the toilet bill, I'm paying the kids' clothes, I'm paying the food, I'm paying that. So he knows in having kids, I'm going to pay my woman the money so she can take care of everything at home.
And that includes also sending money to Africa.
Yes.
So she's the one to take care of that budget.
Yes.
But there is also an issue of guys bringing women, especially, this is mostly about women, bringing them here, and then they say, now because you're here, it's me who brought you here, everything you earn comes to my account. They don't even have a joint account.
So a woman telling it to a man like that, or what?
No, the other way around.
The other way around now?
Yeah, the African guy is telling the woman he brought from Africa that the money has to be in his account, and even she doesn't go, even he can go like every year to Africa,
whatever she needs to
yeah,
do.
but she's not allowed to use the money for that money to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so the money is actually the money is actually his. And even if she works or whatever, it has to come to this account, but she doesn't have the same access to that money like he.
I think to live in a stable relationship or a healthy relationship, bringing money into a relationship is something else. And for me, I advise for a healthy relationship. Maybe some of them is working, some of them is not working, but I advise everybody to have his or her own account. Put your own money inside. Then I'm very sure at the end of the day, you both of you know each other who earns what and who earns what. That's something that maybe in the house, it's nothing. It's something can be unavoided. To know what I earn, to know what my wives earn. So the thing is, if you have to budget it well, actually, you will not have all these commotions. Now the problem comes whereby you're married to a white man or you're married to a white woman. So whereby the white woman or the white man doesn't understand why the black person in this relationship is trying to send money back home
to Africa.
because we have a certain I don't know how to call it, but there is something that we have in mind that we really need to build from wherever we came from. All right, well, we are in another man's land for sure.
Okay,
but we really need to see on how we should be building back home. So at this particular moment is where now the confusion comes, because the couple that you're meeting here, that white person is at home. He's having a lot of questions. Why is this person sending money back home, as you said before, for what? But still, we really need to discuss, and I think the two have to agree each other. Why do you want to build back home?
Yes.
For a man, I can understand, because sometimes a man, you will have to go back to your house, to your home. But we always believe in this as Africans, that when a woman is married to wherever you are married to now, that
this is your home.
All right, but now.
But I will question you. Wait. I will also question you. Why are you sending money back to Africa? Why are you building? Do you want to leave me and go back to Africa to live there? If you have a house, you have money, you have like everything down there, and it doesn't work. If something that I don't like, I'm going back to Africa, and then I'm left my man or my woman back there. That's the question. Maybe sometimes you have to understand they're asking.
Yeah.
They're asking.
Then we need to sit down. As a man now, I can just tell my woman, maybe in future we are not spending our lives here, because when I marry this white woman, she knows that one day, one time, I married her. Yes. She has to come to us.
Yes.
She has to go back home to my parents, to my roots.
To live there.
To live. That's
many of them don't believe even they don't think about it.
That's what you need to agree as a couple before you continue. You know, you can agree, the two of you. You get married here in Germany. You never step foot in Africa.
Yeah.
Now you decide our home is in Europe. There is no going back to Africa. Or you agree one day, one time, you may be going back to the roots. It's something you have to agree.
And you have to talk about it before.
You have to talk about it before. But now what happens here is we always rush to that relationship whereby now we think, now we have we look at the relationship first before we look at what is going to happen in future.
Yeah.
And then the confusion now comes here wherever I want to send money at home, there is always some questions.
Yeah,
and now, as a man, I'll be hungry now. Because I don't want to be asked, why am I sending money back home?
As the man.
Home? Yeah. And as a woman, she'll be pressing me up to say, buy a house here or let's build here, because she is born here.
Yeah.
But as a woman who understands, as a man himself will say, no, I need to take you back to my roots. Even if now, when we again decide, I came from Africa and I want to become a German, I want to stay here in Germany, I don't want to go to Africa, that's another case. But now this money slavery comes in now when the money is being transferred to Africa and the other partner is not agreeing to what actually I'm doing.
Exactly.
That's why now people
start
to fight because they did not agree from the first place. When we get together, what are we going to do?
Yes.
Where are we going to live?
And finances have to be
our finances have to be, you know. So that means
so important.
If you have if you are working as a woman and you are working as a man, you are in a relationship, set your financial whatever your budgets, put it fast before you continue. Budget well, actually,
it's very
to avoid a lot of confusion in future or thereafter, because so many people, you have to be real. You have to be real between the two of you to agree on what to do.
That's a man talking. That's a man talking. So brothers out there, please, when you are making any relationship, money is a topic you cannot avoid. You have to talk about it fast because it will avoid all these confusions and all these slavery issues I'm hearing. It's really sad to hear that someone brings a sister from back home. She also has her family back there and then comes and takes all the money, invests in his place, which it also has a cultural background, because like you said, we Africans, we believe when you marry you belong to the man's family. So why are you developing your family if you now belong to my family? So this becomes an issue which should be actually have been cleared before the marriage. So the woman will not understand when suddenly you are taking all the money, you're going every year to Africa, and she doesn't have that money to go all every year to Africa. You take the money that she's earning even for putzen or whatever, cleaning jobs or whatever, and you take even the kindergeld, and there's no money left, only that what she needs, and this becomes a big problem. There are so many people fighting because of that, which is not necessary. You could have talked about it before. So please, when you start relationships, whether you're diaspora from two different African countries or same African countries, or you are German African, this needs to be talked about.
Yeah, for sure. And people forget, actually, at the moment you're meeting, maybe I'm financially stable. Bad things happen to good people. At that particular moment, when I'm stable, when you come into that relationship, you realize I'm very stable. In future, bad things might happen. Maybe I'll go broke now. That's why now the questions come in. You have been sending money back home. You have not been saving or all that. So I think finances is something that must be not only from the beginning of the relationship, but be discussed each and every day, because as you grow, things change. As you go on, some things become expensive, some things become cheap. So it is something that you really need to review. Actually, your savings after every 3 months, you have to review what you're supposed to do with this money. And you too, you have to agree. If you come from different cultures, you're coming from Africa, you're coming from Europe, you need to agree what do you do with this money. But for sure, there's something you never get out of an African man or woman. They have to send money back home to help their people back home.
Inside.
That's something you never get out of an African man or an African woman in diaspora.
Yeah, but in that case, then you have to agree that you send. Maybe if we are both from Africa, you're from Nigeria, I'm from Gambia. We agree. You will be sending 50 euros. I will send 50 euros. There has to be some fairness. You cannot be sending 100 euros and I send 0 euros to my country, to my people.
But
it's not possible.
I have there a question, like, if he's earning his money and you're earning your money, and everything is already discussed, what you're gonna pay in the house and what you're gonna pay in the house, and you have more money left, but it's equal what you're paying in the house, but you have more money, and you're like, okay, my sister is sick and his family is healthy, my sister is sick, I need to send more, and you want to, for your own money that you still have, you want to send more, then it's okay, right?
If you agree,
it's okay. Let me tell you something. If you sit down and say you have a certain amount of money, she has a certain amount of money, we are paying bills, we have agreed together to pay bills, you shall take care of this and that. The rest of the money that is remaining, if you want to help your people, I will even support you, because You have not come to ask me to give you money to send to your people, but you have taken your money to help your people back home. I'll be even free to appreciate that, because you have done something that you could have asked me. Now you have done it for your own. We are paying bills, everything is going okay, but what I'll only ask, you have to be disciplined to spend. Don't get on this don't get, money. When you spend, you can spend.
I know
all
where
right?
you're going,
So you have to be disciplined while you are spending.
Yes.
So that means don't make it a usual thing that when I pay all my bills today and I have the rest of the money,
Then I can do
I
what
have
I
to
want.
think of my sister every day. No. If you have that tendency of you have to, it will affect you at a particular moment. So you have to be disciplined to spend,
for sure.
to send. If one, for sure, you remain with a certain amount of money and you have all budgeted for your house and all that, this money you've budgeted with, maybe he has a budget, he wants to buy something else, which you people would have agreed, maybe in my next birthday, we shall buy a car, a family car. So that money is spent or is saving for that side for the rest of his money. But for your money, you have said, no, let me assist someone at home, because that money is also assisting a mother or a sister or a friend back at home, which he is not coming to ask you for money to do that. I think it will go equal when all of you are sharing this, when all of you have budgeted it, but you want to go an extra mile to assist somebody out there.
A question. Then you throw me back to your question. What you earn is your money. What you give out of your hand is not your money anymore. Then in that case, it's not more like that, right?
No.
Because
when I give you money to give you, that's her money. You were speaking about her
yes,
money.
when it's her own money.
That's her own money.
Yes.
Whatever she's doing with it, that's okay. Because
Okay.
we have set a budget where she has said, I will give you 200, you add on top of the rent.
Yes.
And for the kids, don't worry about them. I'll just do this and that. You as a man, you have said, I'll pay the rest of the man as the rent. I'll give you money for the food for the kids and for this and that and that. That budget is set. Whatever is remaining on her account is none of my business, because at that budget of yours there may be some savings whereby you're saying at this month you may be keeping 100 euros. At this month I might be keeping 100 euros to save for something that we want to do in future. That's something that you have agreed, but the rest of the money what is in her account, that's her money. I don't want to care what she does about it, but as long as our budget in the house is taken care of.
It seems, but we are all agreeing that there must be transparency.
Yes.
There must be
Transparency. There must
How?
be also harmony and an agreement.
Yeah.
How to deal with it, because some of it is so hidden and so secretive, so that all this unhappiness also happens.
When
So
it
that
comes
I'm like, oh, maybe he's sending I don't know what to his mother, and me I don't have anything to send to my mother, and so on and so on. I think the issue now that is coming out is that we have to be very communicating.
Yes.
Sure.
Dumba boy, you're saying manze sick no huku home sipati poa. Pole sana, today we are having some problems, but maybe
the signal is from us
It's
actually,
from us,
Tumba boy,
yeah,
but
so
you can
maybe-
just listen to it. Like the visuals is the one that you're not bringing you right today.
Yeah.
But I hope you're gonna rectify that from today actually. But you can just listen to us live on www.cradior.com.
You know,
So you're gonna
exactly.
get us live. The signal there will not be disturbing you anyhow.
Yeah, so enjoy the show, and while we think about it, what else we can say about this topic, because I think it's a very sensitive topic. Money is always sensitive.
It is.
I don't know how many marriages are broken because of
So
money.
many of them.
How many
So
friendships, partnerships, even family issues because of finances. And I think, but if one partner feels like he's being neglected because there is no communication, this is very important. It's really sad actually.
Alright.
But if there is transparency, then it's something very good. I think we should make a short break while people gather their ideas.
Yes, people should be gathering the ideas, because there's so many things to talk about
Yes,
out there
there is.
when we
There is.
be back after the short break.
We already started 2021 with a great sound. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop African hits, broadcasting live from Stuttgart city to the world. 99.2 Radio RFM, a place where music lives.
Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. We gon' start this thing out right. Say what? Got the guns out in the house tonight. We gon' start this thing out right. Say what? We got the ATL in the house tonight.
only the best internet radio station in the world.
Are you living in diaspora? Oh yes, 99.2 FM, Radio R.
This is your number 1 radio station.
Stuttgart, Mannheim, Ludwigshafen, Tübingen, Heilbronn, all the way to Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, East Africa combined. Canida Richards and Divino Richard tunawaletea muziki ya kinyumbani. Short and sweet, DJ play the song. Tena na tena na tena na tena. Radio R, tukutane online.
Station with the best music. Best music.
I love music.
Oh yes, I got you, baby. I'm telling you, number 1 African station. For Afronews, Afrobeats, and the world hits. Here's updates happening around African countries and interviews and experiences of Africans and their friends living in Europe and all over the world. Most of you are asking, why can't we say this in Germany? I'm telling you, Europa's Nummer 1 Radio. For Afromusic, Afropop, and worldwide hits. There's actually Ereignisses in African Ländern. Interviews an Erfahrungen von Afrikan und ihren Freunden, die in Europa auf der ganzen Welt leben.
This is your number 1 radio station.
Welcome back, guys. Let's talk about money. Money. Knete, they say in Germany, or not?
Something like that.
In Kenya they call it, I don't know what else. There's so many names. I have no idea.
Yes.
But this thing has brought a lot of troubles in so many houses. Karanja African, you say there's thanks, but signal is weak. We are having some issues. Let's hope we will have it under control with time. But join us, listen at least. If you can't see us very well, but you can hear us. And we are working on it. Thank you so much for your warning and for your infos. But we are happy that you're part of it.
Yes.
Jumba Boy, Karanja
Get it actually
African.
on www.cdr.com. You can listen to that live. The visuals is what you are not getting actually rightfully here. But we are still working on it. Financial slavery in partnership in diaspora.
Partnership in diaspora. Who would have believed that it can be such a problem?
There is.
Everybody believes in diaspora. Everyone has a tree with
the
money.
biggest problem that we experience here in diaspora. Now let me talk to those people who are here, diasporans.
Talk.
Including myself. To avoid this financial slavery, we have seen be disciplined on how you spend. Be real to your partner. If you are alone, this is actually not going only to the couples out there. Don't get us wrong. You might be single here, but you are clearing your bank like nobody's business.
Oh yes, it happens.
It happens. So be real. Be disciplined. The other thing that always has the many ways that we can come out of this slavery. Now let me be a financial whatever today.
Advisor.
Don't go to vacation on credit.
Really? You don't do this?
I've tried it.
But this is what the whites do all the time.
What?
Don't go on vacation
on credit.
That's how you enter.
Do that.
No, that's how you enter into financial slavery.
Really? You go and then you say you're going to pay afterwards.
Even if you grow old, you'll be forever inside.
That is it. That's one way.
That's one way.
That's
don't
one
go
way.
for holidays without money. Not on credit.
Don't go on holidays on credit.
On credit.
That is one way. or bringing yourself down, or putting yourself into financial slavery.
Wow.
Because you will never come out.
Have you had guys?
I have just come out of that. I know what I'm talking about. I have an experience of that.
Okay.
There's nothing to hide.
hard,
I once went in with a credit because repaying it back. Oh my!
Depends on what holiday you went. 5-star hotel.
It doesn't depend because
jacuzzi.
The reason I'm saying that it can be a very short holiday. It doesn't have to be going to Paris or going to wherever.
Okay.
It can be a very short holiday for 2 days, but it was on credit.
Okay.
And that's the first reason as to why you go into financial slavery yourself, actually, not even your partner included, yourself. And it's another way that you cannot ever come out of that because you are spending beyond your means.
Let me tell you, and there's also this other trap. I have heard of people, you are so in love and your friend says, baby, if you love me, you'll take a credit and help me pay, buy a new bicycle or buy a new car.
There's no love inside.
Baby, I cannot pay my rent, please help me. And then you go and take credit and help that person too. This is financial slavery, or not?
It is.
It is.
Love.
It is.
What it is.
That we can term it as love financial slavery.
Oh,
Because
that's painful. That's
yes.
painful.
But only for the person who is the slave.
It happens. Let me tell you, it can. You know that's something that is very simple. You can just say I can't do that, or you can't do that.
But when you're so in love,
one way you don't have to take a credit to take her to vacation. Let me tell you something, okay?
Yeah.
You can take a credit to take her out. In that way, you have just done the love thing you're talking about right now.
It's also
There's
a
no love
problem.
That's a problem.
This is a problem.
You are spending beyond your means.
Your means. So
That's-
you better buy
so
unga
you-
ugali and then make ugali at home and you eat
That
supermarket.
girl will love
How
you.
is supposed a girl to know you? It's not the money that you have right now. It's a credit that you're using.
She will not know. The
She will
person
use.
will not
So
know.
she will ask,
It's
"Can
okay.
I have this? Can I
we
have
don't
this?"
we don't
Because
have a
it's
problem
money.
about that. But now you yourself,
Yes.
I'm just advising a man out there, or I'm just advising myself. Don't take
Or a
credit.
girl out there.
Yeah, to go out or to go to vacation. What I said, because you are spending beyond. Now coming here to love, because you are taking a credit for your. If you love me, take a credit. No, you don't love me.
No.
If I love you, I'll tell you I don't have money.
Yeah.
Then stay with that
Yes.
thing. What I've told you. So
Because
why
it's a
do I have
lie.
to go into
It's a
credit,
lie.
suffer myself financially to allow
It's
you
your
just
proof
come?
for love.
There's no
What
proof
a
for love
proof?
in this
Because
world.
You're
love
suffering
inside
for
there.
the love.
There's so
It's
many.
totally no
There's so
love.
many things to prove for love.
I can even cook in my own house
Let
for
me tell you the
There is love
most
inside.
romantic thing. Take that girl home, cook for her that ugali and the fish. Do it yourself. Ladies, I'm very sure out there you love a man who can cook.
Exactly.
Am I speaking?
Yeah, you're
Exactly.
speaking. You speak louder.
You take a bowl of water, let her wash her hands and start eating. What do you need more?
Nothing more.
There's love inside.
Yeah.
He cooks with love.
But some people, they want to be taken to 5-star restaurant or whatever,
Then-
so that
then-
you can
then-
show them that you love them. And then some of us, we want to show that we have money. Then you'll go to
You
the
don't
extent
have
of
to
even
have.
renting an expensive car for that day. I don't know what, so that you can take someone out. This is also financial slavery, actually.
It is.
Yeah, this is financial slavery. You don't realize you're doing it, but you're actually
putting
you're
yourself
hurting
inside, yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You're
And
putting yourself
social
under
media,
problem.
social media
Oh,
is
yes.
one of the things that have made so many people to go to financial slavery. I see Agnes next week. She is in how do we call where people go to the holidays here in Europe?
Say Dubai or whatever.
Say Dubai,
Yeah.
and you are on top of the mountains, okay? Then I am the first person to take tomorrow credit to say I have to
must-
be where
yeah.
Agnes. I didn't know how Agnes went there.
You don't
But
know.
I'm the one who is suffering here myself, trying to take credit to go for to holiday. Don't do that. Don't take credit to go for holiday. You are spending beyond your means.
Yeah. And don't take credit for your partner, please, even if you're married or whatever, unless really you have both thought about it so well. But be very careful, because taking credit for someone, especially, you don't know even if you have a job, you don't know if tomorrow this job will be there. You don't know if, especially love issues, you don't know if tomorrow this guy will still be there.
Yes.
And whose name is written on that credit?
Yours.
It's yours.
You wanna pay for
So
that.
even if he stays or leaves, you're the one who is going to continue paying that credit.
But sometimes in life it comes hard. If somebody gets sick and you don't have the money, but you have the choice to take the credit, tell me, am I not supposed to take the credit to pay the hospital bills so that somebody can get?
If you want to do it and you know the risks
Yes.
and you're ready to go through through them, no matter what, it's your problem.
Sure.
It's your problem. But know that you cannot guarantee a love relationship just because you went to an extent of suffering financially for that person.
Yeah.
That is one trick, because some people use it. Some people use it like, if you love me, you will help me deal with this financial strain that I'm having.
This is now not what I'm meaning.
This is crazy.
I'm meaning
but
like
I
when
understand
somebody
you.
in their hospital
I understand
sick,
you.
and you want
That's
to
an issue.
help him. I say your kids or some, you get into that slavery without wanting it, but you need to help her and you don't have the money. So you were inside there.
Yeah, that's a case where you freely decided to, although you know the risks. Actually,
no other way.
Yeah, and if you want and you know you are willing to go through it, well and good. But there are some situations you are forced actually, because that person is manipulative. You know that, like the issue I'm talking about, love.
Yes.
Baby, if you love me, you will do this and that. You'll buy me those new shoes. If we don't buy now, they are going to be next year maybe more expensive, blah blah, or this car or whatever, or this plot or whatever. You know, there are so many areas where one can be financially a slave.
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
You can very easily get into financial slavery without knowing it, especially in love issues. Love matters. It's so tricky. The other thing is in the marriage. Sometimes the men or the women you are dealing with, they are very manipulating, dominant. You know, they will use like threats. They will use like, some, in our cases, most of our sisters who go through that, they are threatened with, if you don't let me take your money in my account, I'm going to go and make you be deported.
Sure.
So some of them, they even
they
are afraid. They don't want to be
They
deported.
are
They want to
pushed
stay
into
here.
it.
Yeah, so they are pushed into it. But in that case, I think if you can maybe have a way of proving it, you don't have to stay in that relationship.
Sure.
If someone is threatening you, to give the little you have.
Yeah, but sometimes you have no other way to get out, so you suffer a lot before getting free out of it. you suffer. You put
In some cases, you can do something. Like if you have an house building or you have a job, you don't have to stay in a relationship if someone is dominant.
Yes, you can get out of it, but we have to think about other people who come here and don't have work, don't have anything, and they are put in that spot. Then they suffer for a few until they get into that place where they can, get money and money.
I know.
they're suffering.
That means they have to think twice because about the situation. But I think one has also to be very careful that, like you are already here, you have your house building or you have your way of earning your own money, and you still let someone dominate you financially. It's not right. You don't have to be. And some of them are being told, it is the law in Germany, you have to do this and this, so that they can have your money. Or if you don't, and then some of them, because they don't know. In that case, then you need to have information yourself. What is really the law in Germany?
Yes.
Do I have to let him have my money? Do I have to give half of my money to him? Do I have to, Information. One has to be informed. And the good thing about Germany and many European countries is you can go online and you find a lot of things. A lot of information, actually. There are also organizations
who help a lot.
Who can clear with you such issues. So you don't have to stay in a slavery situation financially just because you have nothing or because you are new or because you're afraid of being deported. In some situations, the person will use your ignorance because you don't know. And the person will have looked and seen, maybe she's really not interested in knowing the world out there, or he's not interested. So he will use that chance. For sure. So what are your tips?
Financial slavery. My tips, the second, the third. Where were we? Fourth?
I don't know. You are on the first or second?
I was on the fourth. I think we have talked about being real to each other.
No faking it.
And don't go to vacation on credit.
Hey, I have to watch about that. And I was planning this next year.
Don't. You're living beyond your means.
Really?
Yes, you're living actually beyond your means.
But a good tip is to have a, how do you call it, house castle, where you put a little bit every time for vacation.
The small pig.
So you have like a year to, I don't know when you're going, but you start very early to put a little bit of your money to save for your holiday. So you have it's only for holiday. I don't put outside until the time has come where I have to book, I don't know, my flight or something. So it's very I have a friend of mine and they do like this. She earns money, he earns money, and they have together one for the house. There goes you come with your money every month, and everybody puts I say 500, and you 500, and you have 1,000 for the house. So it's used only for the house, for food, for clothes, for electricity, for I don't know, everything. So they put the 500, and everything else which comes in it has to be talked together. So they sit once in a month on the table together and discuss, hey, my car is broken, I need to prepare it, and I'm going to use this money. Maybe sometimes it's not enough, and she asks about the money. Then they discuss about it, and then he pays for the car that is got
from
prepared,
that money.
Yes, and then it's talked over, and that's kind of cool. And they have another vacation one, which every month.
Hey, how many
what they
boxes
got-
do you
No,
have
they
to have?
like
Vacation,
two-
household.
No, house and vacation. So they put the money in vacation. I found it very good because at the end they don't have to look at the end. Oh, this month was short. We're not going to any holiday.
Yeah, but who goes for holiday every month? Hey, my dear.
Nobody.
Huh? Anyway,
Nobody.
yeah, that means it's the saving. You're
saving
talking about
is
the
there.
saving. That was the issue of saving, and there's the issue of communication. Because they sit at the table and talk about it. This is one thing I think is lacking. Correct me if I'm wrong. Men in our African community, you don't like to talk money with your wife.
It depends. And it depends.
Really?
It depends.
The majority.
The majority. It depends on the woman you have. Okay. If you have a woman who you have to reduce the volume until she comes through. She comes.
Hey, this is unfriendly.
Hey, I'm just trying to.
Okay.
If you come home and the volume is high, then you have to reduce it down. Then you know how to approach this kind of a person with your money solutions.
Okay.
There are some
I mean,
who
she's
don't.
your wife, so you have to know.
That's what I'm saying. It depends. You said African men.
Yes,
They don't discuss
yes,
this.
it's true.
Yes. Now I'm here to defend the African
Okay,
men.
that you are an African man. Talk.
Yes, this African
listening.
man, it depends on which kind of a woman you have. If you have a woman that you have to reduce her volume until it's down, then you know how to discuss these financial things with her. If you come home and the level of the volume is in a mutual way, you know how to discuss this kind of finances. Because don't discuss with this volume where you have it high. In a time when there will be financial slavery, be sure that this sound will not be on this level, it might be on another level. So
for sure.
it depends on which kind of woman you have back at home. Then you can discuss all this. You can discuss fully, or you discuss half of it. That's the truth. Let me just say the truth. It depends on the woman you have. It depends on the German
Do
you
the
have.
German way.
Okay.
You put everything in a letter, you put on the table and say, so I've said what I've said.
Those are Germans. Those are Germans. So let me tell you something else. Don't depend on the overdraft protection. Overdraft protection is something that, what I understand, next week I'm getting some 2,000 money from Agnes. She owes me some 2,000 money. So I spend whatever I have today.
Because I know
Agnes next week
there.
will spend. Then next week comes.
I will come to
Agnes has a solution that you really didn't expect.
Then there's trouble.
I was robbed. Then there's trouble in your household. There is trouble in your inner self. How do you come out of this thing? You're financially enslaved somewhere. So don't plan for some money that
That's
you
not
for
there.
unhatched eggs.
for unhatched
That's
eggs.
what
That's
you
what you can say.
Yeah, for
Don't depend
unhatched
upon overdraft
eggs.
protection. That is something that will never ever save you in your financial slavery.
But there's need of
very
communication.
well said.
Yes.
Please, our men. Sometimes we just need to know how you used your
women
money.
too. Our women too.
Yeah, but to
pastor-
us we talk. We talk.
Our
a lot.
pastor
Maybe
said-
the volume is a bit an issue. Which volume? This
Our
one
pastor
could be,
said today, women want the men to listen to talk the same time, but they like to do one thing at first. They'll listen to you and then they'll talk. So I think there are men out there, they're just waiting for money. They'll listen to you, but if you keep speaking, you lose the interest. So there are men who sit there, they listen, but when it's taking too long,
They lose
forget what you
interest.
said and they lose the
Because you
interest.
talk too much.
And they will be like, hey, what did you say?
This pastor.
And then you get angry that he's not listening, but he was listening.
He was
it was
listening,
a lot
but
of
he lost
much
it.
of listening.
He was lost along the
and
way.
when he starts to talk, you start to borrow and not finish his sentences. So listen and talk to each other. This is very important.
This is so difficult. I tell you, this is difficult.
Keep it short.
So
This is difficult.
it's very difficult, and I
The
love
financial
the pastor.
slavery
I
issue.
wish the financial slavery issue.
Yeah. I don't know how we're gonna change this
We're gonna change
because
it
it's a big issue
It's a
for
big
many
issue.
families.
If you have to follow maybe whatever I've said and whatever maybe is positive to save yourself from this financial slavery, you're going to be out of it. First of all, that's why we started with discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline, you have to know how to spend your money.
Yes.
The other thing maybe you may be looking at it is do some work yourself to avoid financial slavery. What I mean is you are at home, you don't have you work you have a partner maybe, and you're the two of you, you don't have something else, you don't need a housemaid at home, but you're forced to have a housemaid. So you are paying somebody else to do some work that you can
You
do.
could do.
In the other way around, you are digging deep into your pocket.
Well, yeah, depends on where you are.
That is it. But sometimes we forget some work that we can do ourselves. We give it to someone else who we spend more on giving out to that person. We forget that we are entering into financial slavery.
Slavery.
This financial slavery, it doesn't have any other way to go into it. You spend somewhere where you're not supposed to spend.
Yeah.
You're in it. To come out of that place is very, very, very difficult.
It's difficult. That means also you have to
Work
watch out.
yourself. Work yourself. What you can do it yourself. We don't
it
require a
yourself.
watch at home. Why do you have to have a house help at home? Here in Germany, you have a house help at home. You have a wash machine that washes your clothes.
That's your house help.
That's your house help.
You have dishwasher.
You have dishwashers. That's your house help. And then you add on top a house. You must be rich doing that. It's not only here. At home. We got used to do this. There's so many things that people can do for themselves, but they really need
they want to have a house
on board
help and
because
taking care of kids, taking care of cooking and everything, somebody else. I was like, hey, you don't need that. You can cook by yourself. The kids can cook by themselves. They said, I need it. It's normal
but
here.
as we now, let me attack women here. You need
Don't
that.
kill us.
No, I'm not killing you, but you need that house manager to do all those kind of stuff. So let me refer them to house manager so that we don't
they are
be killed.
domestic managers.
No, house
these
manager.
days.
Okay, domestic managers.
Yes.
You need that domestic manager to do that kind of work that you can do yourself. You know yourself you can do it, but you only need her so that maybe your husband can go deep into the pocket to come out. You don't know that you are driving your husband into financial slavery. At the end of the day, you need that person, that's a house manager, because Agnes has one. But you don't know how
she pays
that
that house manager.
Because you don't talk. The men don't talk.
But now these women, they make men go suffer or go into financial slavery.
Hey,
because
let me stop that.
No, wait. you
don't talk, and we should look into your eyes and see you're suffering.
I'm going to give you a chance to talk. You want to have this house manager.
Not because you need it.
Not because you need it. It's because you saw your friend Agnes has one. So you want to live a life of what Agnes is living, and yet your husband cannot afford that what Agnes's husband affords, and that way you have driven your man.
You're talking now.
Am I talking?
Yeah,
No,
I get you. I get you. I get the idea behind it.
Don't support
I get the
this.
idea. No, I'm getting the idea behind it.
You said
Every word about it.
I need a hand of clap.
Musa Jambe, thank you for watching there where you are, and sorry guys that we are having a bit of problem with the signal. Ayele, you said also you are not having the signal. I'm so sorry about it. Kadada in Kenya also, you said you're not having that signal. Thank you so much. But you gotta watch it later on. But you can watch it later on, and on YouTube and on www.cradioR.com. You can watch it later. Today we are just having some trouble with it, but thank you for being part of us still, despite the hiccups. But as we are saying, this issue of house help,
No,
charity is not so much
Charity.
for it.
Charity.
I think
think-
you are saying you should live on your means. Actually,
Live on your means.
On your
if
means.
you cannot
If you
afford
can
to
afford.
house a
issue
house
that
manager,
you're saying we women were putting you in trouble. Wait a minute here, okay? Wait a minute. How am I supposed to know you have financial problem if you don't talk? The
If
men,
you
the
don't talk.
African men, they have like these how to call it stores. They have this. I am the man. I will never tell you that I don't have money because my bride will be taken away from me. So they go like,
I see where you're coming
I
from.
will take you everywhere. I give you this, I give you that. Because
My
you want to
wife
make her
will.
happy, because you want to show you're the man. They will not talk. They don't have money. I've seen this a lot. People who say, I didn't know. I didn't know you don't have money because you told me you have money.
so you want to run away that you don't pressure as men to get house managers for you ladies so that you can relax as Agnes is relaxing on her home with her house manager.
That one because if you tell her, look, she can say to you what she wants,
Alright.
but at the end you have to tell her that you don't have the money to do that.
But then you get hungry. You fume at home. I come at home. I get some of these headies like this. So what do I do?
This is
that's the
but
way
you have to be what the man says today. I'm the man of this house. Then you have to be the man at that point and tell her we don't have money for that also to do this and this and this. You have to talk about it. You have to be talking with the woman that you don't have the money. That's my problem. That's how I see it.
But before we do that talking, I want you to agree that there is some time you really push us to the corner.
Sometimes,
yes.
Sometimes.
There
And
is
sometimes we may not believe right away. We want to chimba, we want to go deeper.
Why
and
do you
see
have
really-
to chimba
Yeah,
to
because-
take me into financial
No,
slavery?
sir,
Why you need a house help that you can actually do some things yourself because your friend has a house help at her place
Yeah, but you
where
don't
the man
live-
is maybe a bank manager and I'm here sweeping at Mercedes Benz.
That's why you say you don't have money. That she knows that you don't have it.
Yeah, and what is more worse, being having a wife with a big head or being in slavery? What is
Now,
better?
that is
so
where
there you
now
have
men-
to choose.
that's-
She'll get mad and tomorrow she'll be okay.
You don't get okay the whole week. I will
Then
go
this
to
is
work
a
with
mad
my shirt
woman.
not
That's a
ironed.
mad woman. She will even beat you.
Now you are agreeing. Now you are agreeing to what I said.
Yes, some
It
of them are out there,
It
yes.
depends
Depends
on the
On the
woman
woman,
you have at
which
home.
one, yeah.
Exactly.
Hey.
And the communication.
And also on the man
The
if he's
man
talking or not
communicating.
At
talking.
least I
If
got
the
it.
man
You
is
did not win, but
At least
we
I
are
got
telling
like
the
this,
truth,
on the
huh?
At
balance.
least I got it.
Yeah. Because
if the man is talking and telling the truth, don't do this.
yeah, guys, this is so crazy.
Look at
No,
this, look at this.
he's happy.
He's
because
happy
he
about
won.
of this 1 point. Hey, Jermaine.
Hey.
Yeah, but the issue is financial slavery in the marriage or in the partnership is lack of communication.
Yes.
Lack of
First
Yes.
of all,
Alright.
secondly,
That's
someone is maybe wanting to ride on a horse and they can't even afford a asel. What is a asel? A donkey.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
this is what living over your
Living
means.
over your
Yeah,
means.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's the same situation. But the other thing is when you are using someone's innocence, someone's ignorance to misuse your right of the financial management. You are like whether it's a woman or a man who is misusing that chance, it is not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. If we agree, we have to agree first of all from the beginning. How are we going to deal with our money issues?
All right.
Yes.
That's a must. This is so important.
communication.
If this one is not there, what do I do? If now you realize, like you're married to your white, beautiful princess, princess, and she's pushing you. You cannot send money to Africa. You want to build your house where you retire to later. Is it right to go hide that money and still do it behind her back?
I don't need to do that.
Really?
Unless I don't need to, but such kind of situations now it leaves a man to do such kind of stuff.
Yes.
It leaves me to hide that money or to work extra hard to do that or to end the relationship.
Yes.
That's why most of them they're not even
is so
together.
hard.
That is so hard to do that because you realize she's trying to to protect me from doing whatever I wanted to do as a man. But maybe now that's how where these two cultures now clash.
They clash. They
Because she doesn't know the African culture.
She doesn't understand it.
The Europeans, they have a very different culture. We come from a culture whereby when we marry, we have to take dowry to the wife. What the Europeans here don't understand is that when a white man marries a woman from Meru, she has to go for, how do we call this first? Remind me something. Rorashio or something like that. So before you go through Rorashio, you come to introduce it. I don't know what they call it.
The introduction.
In fact, before they go to Rorashio, they have to introduce. Then you pay that money for introduction.
And you don't just don't go and say, I am so.
No, you introduce it to the money. So our white men here, they don't come to understand that there is something that is needed at this particular moment. And I don't know this process. If you can tell me one or two so that I can know what I'm speaking about.
All those things. They are like at least 3 steps you have to go before even you start the issue of marriage. And this costs money, of course. And some of our people here don't understand. The whites will not understand anyway that it involves money. So they are like, why do we need to spend so much money on this? And it is it's not necessary. Tell them that I am white in our country, we don't do that. But our parents will not accept it. You're marrying a Meru girl, so you have to do that.
You have to go after the rules.
Exactly. Or you're marrying a Kalenjin or Kisii or whatever, whichever of our tribes, we have our traditions. But now that's where the person will not agree with you. Either the person has to accommodate that part of your culture.
But that's where this whole confusion actually comes in, whereby we don't tell our white women and our white men out there that we marry that for us it is so and so and so to enter into a marriage. We forget to tell them you need to pay dowry, which is not actually happening here in Europe. At that particular moment, we need to send money home to a sister, wherever. As a man, I need to build back home where I came from. If I have decided one time I'll go back there. And if I did not tell my partner one time I will have to go to Africa, then I start sending money home. She will be filmed out.
She will be happy.
And then all of you at a certain point, you have no relationship now. You are in a war of financial slavery, as they termed it before.
It becomes a problem.
So let's us discuss this with our white men and our white women out there. Tell them this is our culture before we crash. Now the communication comes in, as Charity say. Now before we crash, let's bring that first to the table and tell the person, this is what we do in Africa. Are you supposed to? Why don't you take this woman? Sometimes we fail as women out here or as men. At that particular moment when I want to marry you is the time now I'm telling you, let's go back to Africa and see my parents. So at that particular moment, this white man, this white woman goes to Africa and she is told 1,000 things at once that she was supposed to have step by step. Take her today to holiday, go and learn one thing. This is our culture, this is what we do, this is what. Come back, come work, discuss about it when you are two. No, the problem is we go there, discuss it when we are there, when we have a majority of you who are supporting the man, and this white man or woman is standing here alone trying to fight the feelings of what's actually happening.
What's happening? They're trying to steal from you.
So she's having 1,000 of whatever at one, and that day she's supposed to be told, now this is the time I'm supposed to marry you. Women, we take our men back home, they are white men. That's the time now you are telling her when he is at home in Kenya or Uganda or South Africa. That's the time now you are telling him, when you come to our home. Now here is the problem. You are the women who are taking a man to your home, which is exactly the opposite of what is supposed to be done.
What else can you do?
There's nothing else you can do about that. But I understand. Now that is the moment now you are telling them, let's go there. And that's the moment now you're telling, now when you step to our compound, according to the traditions of wherever you come from, you should pay a certain amount of money.
Let me just say sorry first of all to Jamila Hussein. You say, wow, Salimia Kanida.
Oh, yes.
Jamila says, show iko very hot. Tabitha, great topic, but the signal is not very is not good. We'll kindly work on that. Great topic, but the signal is very poor. Work on that. Thank you. Musa is also saying from Italy is a poor connection. The connection is not so good. Yeah, thank you guys for telling us. We know it's a bit really frustrating, but we are still trying our best. And I don't know, what do you say?
Yeah,
What
they can get us live actually on www.cradio.r. You only need to click. You only need to write www.cradio.r.com, then click on listen. You don't have to log in, you don't have to pay anything, you don't have to do anything. You get us live here. The only thing that you're missing out there is the audios actually, but we're gonna work on that. The streaming thing is supposed to be worked on. They're still working on it actually. That's why you see us on and off, but the program has to go on today because we have to tell you how financially it is. Maybe our program today is in deeply financially slavery. That's why it's not working.
Maybe we are deep in this, eh?
Maybe we are deeply in financial slavery. That's why our program is not working today. For those who are listening, listen to us. Listen to us. You know us. You know Agnes. I'll post her picture later on. I'll post Charity's picture so that you can know the cast that was taking you through the financial process today. And I hope after today you may be taking care of your financials.
Yeah, it's a very serious issue.
It's a very serious. You can deeply go into financial slavery. Very simple. It's very simple actually. The moment you spend, as I say, the moment you spend out of what you don't have, that's the moment you're in.
Exactly.
The moment you're taking a credit to take sweetheart out and you don't have money, tell her, please, today I don't have money. Let me tell you guys out there, I'm a man. Go and prepare your house very well. If you want to take your woman out and you don't have money, change your bed from one corner to the other. Change the sofa sets the other way around.
Put some flowers on
Put
the
some
table.
flowers on the table.
Candles.
Change the something that she's not used to. Then invite her. Let me tell you, she will be having a very different feeling instead of going for credit
As
to
if
take
she's
her out.
on 5-star, eh?
She will be having a very different feeling.
Even some people take the others to eat and then they're like, hey, the bill is so high, I can't pay. What am I going to do?
That
You know,
is it.
this is not going to happen if you take her at home. And
Yes, and this
Just
will
buy the
situation.
ingredients and make that a special meal that maybe she's never
and she's
eaten or her favorite
yes,
meal.
and to our brothers who are here in diaspora, want to look for white women are very simple than our African women.
Who said so?
And I'm thinking. I'm just thinking. I've never experienced that. I don't want to be killed.
If you're two, you're one. You're only just alone here. Eh?
let me advise them because they are suffering a lot.
Okay, talk.
Yes. For them, you know, I've seen it here. I've never experienced that. I want to be out of trouble.
Okay.
I've seen it when it's like when you give an African girl a flower. There are some who are like, oh my god, oh my whatever, oh my. But there are some who are like,
for sure.
What's this?
Where's the chocolate and the money?
what is this? Yeah. But these white women here, when you give them a flower, hey, you see now? No, I won again.
It's true. It is very true.
I won again. All right.
Now he's going to
This is a, I give you hope. I give you
wins.
It's what I give you fully.
That's
The issue is it depends on who you're dealing with and where. You know, this is very, very important that you know it's a trap. One can be very, very fast in a trap, and it doesn't mean that any white or black are better or whatever. But I had, like you said, the other day someone was writing. They had a comment from a newspaper. They said, a woman wrote, I just didn't want to date him anymore because he sent me only 33,000 Kenyan
I think
shillings.
we are reading from the same newspaper.
Yeah? You saw this also?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is 330 euros. I mean, one single room, sometimes you can pay 330. And then someone is complaining, said, that's not even enough to do my nails. So if you are a guy who is not earning 330k and you're dating this lady, you are in for trouble.
High class woman.
Yeah, you're in deep trouble. Date within your level.
Your class. Date within your class.
Yeah.
That was something else that you have said with the truth.
Because this is so important. If you are someone who is used to living a simple life, and you are chasing a woman who is living I don't know which level, you know you are in for financial slavery.
Somebody is writing here saying, a wise man once said, those that refuse to practice discipline in their own life will always be disciplined by their life.
Oh yeah.
What we were talking about here, because if you don't
said it.
discipline yourself to take care of the money you have, financial slavery will
It's knocking at
put
your
you
door.
down.
be knocking
Pull
you at
you
the door,
down.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but this is reality. Now what
But
are we
also me, I
gonna do?
had to learn it. I had to learn a lot. I moved very early from home, and I didn't know. I was like, so much money I spent here, shoes, clothes, I don't know what. Even when I go out with a boy on a date or something, I was like, let me pay, I can pay it myself and stuff like that. It was cool and stuff, but later on, I struggled. I struggled to pay important things like water, like electricity, and I was like, where did the money go? But it goes so fast, and you fall to doubt. And then you see your account is like minus €5, minus €10, and you're like, where is the money going? Water, bill, and I don't know what. Everything is goes minus. So that's why I found it very interesting and very good. Say, discipline yourself how you spend your money.
Yeah.
Discipline it.
Whether
How
you
much
are
can
single
spend
or
it.
in a partnership.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
And that it's a must to talk about this
Yes.
topic. Don't be too fine to talk about it. And don't be so silly to present yourself as a rich person if you don't have money. Guys, when you're going to date somebody and you're pretending you have a lot of money, this person will expect more when you get married or when you get into a partnership, because you lived completely a different picture. So if you show me, if you come to date me and that day you've borrowed, I don't know from where, an expensive
know
car,
that.
how do I know? I'm not watching your
I don't know
account.
that.
So when we get together, I'm going to be asking, expecting
Yes.
more,
Yes.
more high class stuff and all
yes,
that.
then I will ask
So-
for more. And they go there and say, order what you want. And then later on he says, it's too much. Can you pull out? Exactly, that's when the moment the truth comes out. You know, when he starts to ask, can you pay it because you don't want to go? You can't go out of a restaurant without paying. You know, somebody has to pay. And some of men feel like, I can't ask. My pride is there. I can't ask her to pay.
Yeah, but
because
you
I
have
hate
to.
her.
You have to be honest.
Yes, then you go to, and you don't go to expensive restaurant if you don't have the money. But not only the married or the people who are a couple, but some of the young people nowadays, they go out to eat and what they don't have money. You know, like when you
Yeah,
start,
tell them, Charlie.
if you
Tell
start
them,
Ausbildung, if you're earning your money, they go out spending all over, and the friends say, let's go shopping, let's go eat, and they go to eat, borrowing the money from the bank because you can do that when you're 18.
This,
And they go
I
to
don't know how
these
you call
dance.
it.
They do that. The influence about the internet, Instagram, friends, going out to eat, going shopping. It's also on the young people or people who are single. Very, very, very dangerous.
Oh, it's very true.
Yes.
Young people, listen. Getting into financial slavery in partnership is very easy. The signs are sometimes very open and glaring, and we ignore it because we want to be someone we are not, and because we want to show a different picture. We tend to want to wear certain clothes, certain things, and we think we have to show that picture. It's not a must. And in the partnership also, if you are in such a situation and you realize it's not working, this is really financial slavery, there's always a way out. You don't have to stick there. Really, even if there are children involved, you have to think twice, yes. But if you feel that this person is really misusing your money, maybe, or maybe not dealing with you right because of your money, like the case I said where the lady has to give all her money and she gets only the money for the ticket, for the bus ticket, there is a problem, of course. Look for help.
Sure.
Let somebody help you. Let somebody advise you. For women, there is Frauenhaus, there is Frauenberatungsstelle here in Germany. There are so many other places you can get help.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and think, oh, poor me, this is, if I ask any question, my husband is going to have me deported. It doesn't go like that. If he has told you are going to be deported because you asked about your money, then he's lying to you and he doesn't really love you. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you go through. I mean, a man who takes everything and leaves the woman, not even money for
there's no
necessities. I mean, this is, what love is that? There's no love there.
No, that's not.
There's
a man.
slavery.
That's
This is
not a-
slavery. Or the other way around, it doesn't have to be only women, even men. There are some men who are suffering under the hands of some women. And they are too afraid. This is the other problem we have. Some of the men suffering financial slavery in their partnership, they don't have the courage to talk.
Sure.
Because as men, they want to show everything is okay. They're smiling and laughing, but inside they're suffering. Also there you can get help. There's also Beratungsstelle for men. There are also groups you can join and ask for help. You don't have to stick there. No one can have you deported because of some issues. And especially the main thing is make sure you do your own job. earn your money. If possible, earn your money, because if it's the money of that person you are claiming, you know you don't have so much right.
Sure.
Yeah, if
Don't
you can
have
say
so
this
much
is my
right.
money, then you can say this is my money. He has no right or she has no right to take it in this way or the other. But if you are not working and you could work and you sit there and then you are complaining, then it's also another financial
problem.
slavery.
Sure.
Because you cannot talk. Your mouth is shut because you don't have the power to talk.
And what about the people who are in Africa and don't have the support here like in Germany?
Who don't?
And they have
These Beratungen.
well,
What would you guys say? What should I do if I don't have this Beratung?
Beratung is actually the advice place, or how do you
support
places.
Support places, because we can just say that we don't have it in Africa. We have it in one
have
way,
it, but people don't know
but
where
people
they
don't
are.
know where they are. And the other thing, there's some close friends. You might be having somebody. Maybe let me tell you something. I can advise you on how to take care of your money. Well, I don't take care of mine that much. Right? We can share. We can sit down, share on how you can take your money. Take care of your money or get disciplined about your money. But myself, maybe I've never had somebody. Sometimes it's advisable to have someone who you can talk to and ask. I always do spend a lot on this and that and that. How do you handle that? Because there's so many things. There's so many friends we are together. There's so many people who are doing maybe the same thing together. And you see them striving, well, you're not striving. It's like having a business out there. You can talk to friends who want to talk to you, and then ask, I've just started this thing that you really started the same thing, or you helped me start this, but for me it's not working. Maybe give you another strategy and tell you, don't spend much on this, but spend much on this. That's the way maybe you can. So if you don't find this Beratung wherever in Africa, I'm very sure that friends who are making it. There are so many people you can look up to. The thing is, as Agnes said, we are afraid to talk. We are afraid to ask a friend, how did you manage to come out of that position? There are so many people who can do that. You don't have to take 100% of what he or she is saying. You can take some of what you say. Maybe you may be going that day on that discussion, on that table, then you find yourself realizing yourself actually between that discussion that you're doing. So it's just a matter of communication, of seeking someone else. Sometimes seek someone else, maybe. It's
Other people's idea, they help sometimes.
They can help sometimes to come out of that financial slavery.
Don't be proud about
Sure.
this to talk about it.
And if you are the one making others suffer financially, please stop. Stop. It's not kind, it's not loving, and it's not fair. You have to think of the other person as well. This is human. Even if you brought that person from Africa, my goodness, you're not God. Yeah, and that money you are using maybe there and making that person suffer. Think twice. You're also human. Anything can happen to you too, and you need the support of other human beings. So just remember, and some of the women even suffering their mother, the mother of your children. So if you do that, if the wife is not, the mother is not happy, how are the children going to be happy? You know, sometimes it's contagious. The joy we have, we share it with those we love.
Yes.
So if you mistreat a partner and think that partner will continue taking care of the children well,
it's affecting everyone.
Yeah, it's affecting everybody. So let's take care of each other. And guys, if you know anybody who is going through such a situation, let's be there to guide, not to gossip about them, but to guide them and help them. Don't go preaching, oh, this one is living experience this, suffering, blah, 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 blah. It can happen to you. It can happen to any of us. So if you see someone, don't just go gossiping about that person. Try to help. Try to support. Try to help that person to find a way how to get out of the situation. Charity, what's your advice before we close?
Man, don't be proud to say you don't have money.
Yeah.
If she loves you, she loves you for who you are and what you have. Girls, don't use a man. Ask him before. And if he doesn't have much, don't be going wanting more than he has. Take what he gives you. That is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Wow, that was a very big one.
Hey.
Do I need to say anything? Kanida, what do you say?
I don't let me repeat what somebody wrote.
That was good.
I don't know what he said, but
when
a wise man once said, if you don't discipline yourself, life will discipline you.
Exactly.
Take care of your financial. Let me just be disciplined on whatever you're using.
Yes.
Don't go out on credit, and don't spend more than you a particular moment I spent more than that. Even me, I'm learning today. I'm learning from today. Actually, from this
We are all
topic,
learning.
I'm going to just try to think, what am I paying that doesn't even feed me, or that doesn't even help? There's somewhere I might be wasting money.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm paying something else somewhere out there, and I don't even need it. Like here in Germany, I can just be saying, there's so many things you always pay. At the end of the day, you're just thinking, why do I have to pay this kind?
Why? Yeah.
Let me just name them. There's some insurances. Let me tell you guys. If a person wants to give you an insurance for, I don't know, whatever, there are so many insurances here in Germany, for example.
Yes.
So you fill so many papers. At the end of the day, you are telling I was somewhere and somebody's trying to advise me. I take an insurance to take care of me when I get into conflict with a colleague at work. So
red shoots.
Yeah. What do I need this for? If you want to come to me and tell me, Kanida, you're not working today very nice on this microphone, let's finish it here. Agnes. Yeah. Why do we need an insurance here in between us that now Agnes kicked me, now I'm going to take that insurance. So blah blah blah. So you end up paying so much of the many people, actually there's so many people pay. I'm just speaking this because of there's so many people not getting this German language. Don't be fooled.
Be very careful.
Be very careful. These people are very sweet. They can take you from wherever they are. And our brothers and sisters who are here, so they don't understand the German language very well. These people sweet talk you. You take so many insurance. At the end of the day,
you are a slave.
You're a slave. Yeah. You pay so many insurances out there. Take care of this. So if you don't know anything about the insurance,
crazy,
don't do it,
so
my
crazy.
brothers and
That's
sisters.
why I found it very good, say to discipline yourself and think about it before doing something with your money. Think about
before
it.
you sign anything. Hey guys, you've had.
We are sorry today.
Yeah.
Let me excuse ourselves. We're sorry for the bad
finish.
signal on Facebook, on YouTube.
Please, so sorry.
But in an hour's time, you're gonna watch this show from the first to the end. And for those who are listening to us on www.cradio, thank you so much. Always tune in there. You can always listen to us there live. Have the show live without any distortion. But for the visuals today, we are very sorry about that.
Very sorry. Karanja African, you're saying, I just hear what makes me want to hear more. Then it just freezes. I'm so sorry.
Very sorry. Yeah.
You're
gonna watch this on YouTube.
Watch it again from the beginning.
Give us a comment. If we're gonna do the part 2 next week, Charity maybe, Agnes, we can do it. And we can maybe look for somebody who can come here and tell us how. In fact, we shall look for someone who would come here and advise us on how we should come out of financial slavery.
Exactly.
Yes, I'll be happy about
Let me do research about this.
Good. Yes,
we might be getting somebody because
I promise.
I don't know why you are touching me today. I'm going to look on the insurances that I'm paying on the.
Me too. I'll be sitting on my table today.
Do you know I stopped shopping online because I'm afraid? Because online is also another trick. You go there, you don't need anything, you end up buying.
Let's talk about this next week because the Kingdom Talk Show is coming up next.
Get your place.
Before Pastor Lump gets us on our neck.
All right.
It's actually outside.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening to AGGY'S Live Talk Show. This is Radio RFM, the best ever. And welcome. In 2 minutes is coming the next exciting part.
I'm telling you.
Kingdom Talk. Welcome you. And thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The listeners agree. The message is clear.
Here we go.
The best radio station to listen to this year.
It's the best music. Best tunes. Because they got the best music.
Live from Stuttgart City, Germany.
99.2 Radio RFM.
Your home of African music.
We play only your choice.